So here we have my Roku channel grid, and of course the channels or the apps that I get more often are the ones on top of the grid. Go over here. This is what we have at the bottom. So I have 63 items. Not all of those are channels. Some of these, of course, are inputs, like those here, which says add channels, sleep timer, and so forth. So I've done a lot of videos on the Spectrum app, so I won't talk about that much, but I do just want to point out one thing. This, of course, comes with my subscription to Spectrum, so it doesn't do you any good to load this app if you don't have a subscription to it. But if I click on this, and of course on this TV, the bedroom TV, have no cable, internet connection only. So that's the way we stream the movies here. And of course here it's set to all channels. And one thing I want to point out here is I did create a favorites category. So I have my list of favorites here, movie channels, sports channels, and so forth. Video library that I created, and I have some videos on that, so I won't go over that right now. I'm going to go back. Just want to point out that I got all these added to the grid here by simply going to streaming channels here, featured. You have some of those HBO Max, and notice all the ones that have a check are ones that I already have on my channel grid. And all you have to really do is just click on the channel, and it puts it at the bottom of your channel grid. And for the most part, there's no charge to just put the app or the channel on your grid. You might have to pay some fees if you decide to watch certain movies or add premium choices and so forth. But anyway, there's a bunch of channels here, sports. And of course, again, you can see I have most of the sports. I have them: NFL app, the NBA, ESPN app, and so forth. So if I go to my grid over here, click on the star on your Roku remote, and of course you can always remove the channel if you want. You can check for updates if you're having some issues. You can move it just by clicking on it and then hitting the arrows and move it up or down the grid depending on where you want it. Like I said, all of these that are at the beginning here are the ones that I view more often. Netflix, of course, is to view those. That one, of course, you should be familiar with. So I won't go over that. Bunch of movies to watch there. So I'm just going to talk about the ones that I go to at least once per day. So Netflix is one of them. YouTube, I go to it maybe 5 to 10 times per day. Sometimes I go there just to look at videos dealing with plumbing, any kind of repair. I've saved a lot of money watching videos because I've done my own repairs in terms of plumbing, electrical stuff, installing ceiling fans, faucets, replacing a sink, and so forth. So I've saved a lot of money by learning, by watching some of these how-to videos. Now, ESPN app, I did a video on that also. That one, of course, comes with the subscription to Spectrum. So that includes your, you can go there and watch content from ESPN 1, 2, 3. There's some stuff on ESPN Plus. Again, I've done some videos of those, so I won't go into much detail there. NFL app, that one again, you can download it for free. And you have the NFL Network on your subscription, and I do have it on the Spectrum app, but I can also access it here. And if I go to the top here, the games, click on games, and you have a schedule for the week. Of course, the Cowboys played the Saints last night, close game, but they won 27-17. And there's a schedule for the rest of the league coming up on Sunday. And right now I have the Cowboys, the favorite team. If I go to teams over here, go over here to all teams, and you can pick another favorite. So because I have the Cowboys as my favorite team, I have some podcasts there. You can look in the next row here. The Break. These are podcasts on the Cowboys. And of course over here, highlights, interviews, and so forth. And like I said, you can pick another favorite team and you'll get the same content for that particular team. Now here, the Cowboys Now app. Again, you get highlights, different podcasts. Hanging with the Boys is one. The Break, which I showed you earlier on the NFL app, is another one. Come down and you have several interviews with coaches, players, and so forth. So I go to this on a regular basis, especially when the Cowboys win. NBA app. Now this one, again, you can watch highlights. Go up here, go to the standings. Go to games here. And you get scores, highlights. So go back to Thursday. These are the games from Thursday night. And you can click on one of these. Now if you have League Pass, you can watch the game or replay of the game. You can here watch full game, watch condensed game, watch game recap. Now this particular app, I simply use it for to check scores, check the schedule coming up for games, checks the highlights and so forth. I don't have a League Pass on this one. I do want to go back because I forgot to mention that one over here on the NFL app here, or channel. I go to games. Once a game has been played, you can watch a replay of any of the games if you have the Game Pass. So if I wanted to replay the Cowboy game and watch it, I would click on it here. And then here you can see it says Game Replay, Condensed Game Replay. So the full game pretty much gives you the whole game. Sometimes it gives it to you without commercials. Sometimes it has commercials. Depends on when you watch it. And then you have the condensed version of the game replay. And this is approximately somewhere to 45 minutes to an hour. So here, for example, if I click on full game, now this I do have. My daughter actually pays for this. She's a big Cowboy fan. So I click on this. I can watch the replay of the Cowboy game, or actually any game. So once Sunday night comes around, if you want to watch some more football after the Sunday night game, you can go back and replay any game that you couldn't watch or didn't have the time to watch because you were watching some other game, and you have the replay. I believe that my daughter pays for this, but I believe it's like $100 per year to have that option on that app. Okay, so I've talked about YouTube again. I also like to watch a lot of music videos. Some of the old bands, just type in a song or something and I go back. Sometimes I want to play a certain song and I can't remember how it goes, the rhythm and so forth, so I'll go in there and look for the song or the band and try to play it on my guitar. Now the Roku channel is one of my favorites also. So you get some of the content it has. It does have some old shows. Movies. And all of these are free to watch, but they have ads. Okay, most of these that I'm showing you here. And then continue watching. These are some of the ones that I've been watching, or my wife has been watching. Medium Rifleman, Bull, The Heat of the Night. Some of these oldie sitcoms like Leave It to Beaver and so forth. But you do have some premium options if you go to the bottom here. Like Showtime Stars. So you click on Showtime here. And you always have these 30-day free trials. That makes it more convenient if you have your credit card with your account. So if you want to rent or try these 30-day free trials, just remember to cancel before the 30 days so you don't get charged for it after the 30 days are over. Obviously something like Fox Sports. So I do get this app. So to watch some of the content here, I can do it just on Spectrum. But sometimes this also has replays. And I like to watch football, basketball, tennis. You notice here, past events. So if you missed the Ohio State-Michigan game, you can replay it here. Not only football, but other sports. But my focus is on sports is really football, basketball, tennis. Those are the main ones that I like to watch. Go back over here. Now the Weather Network, I want to just say something about this briefly. I don't go to it that often, but I do click on it at least twice. So when I wake up, depending on what I'm going to do, I will say, what's the weather like? So I like to check it out. We're in Brownsville, Texas. And I get a 36-hour forecast, hourly, and so forth. And of course, there's other content. Now this one here, live TV, if I click on this, I've talked about this also, you find in other videos. This is with a digital antenna. Box here. Pretty good picture for just digital, no internet on this one. The same thing here for this one. One of our local networks. Now if I go past this one, yeah, these are all local stations. Now this one is internet. Once I go past that, these now are internet. And this is actually fed through the Roku channel. There's a lot of movies, game shows, sitcoms, and so forth. But you do need a digital antenna. Now, Prime Video is another one that we watch a lot. At least I do. So notice, see if I scroll through this, it says these movies here, content included with Prime. So a lot of content, videos, documentaries. But you need a subscription for that. And I believe it's something like $12 or so per month. But you do get other benefits, including free delivery. If you buy some items from Amazon, you get free delivery. In some cases, you might have a 2-day delivery window. Okay, instead of waiting 5 days or 3 days, sometimes you can get your stuff delivered in a 2-day period. And again, it's free if you have it. Now, I've had it for in the past, and now what I do is sometimes they offer to me a free trial. So they'll give me like a 30-day trial, or they'll give me a special of 1 month for $5 or something like that. And if I'm going to order some stuff, and I've ordered quite a bit of items from mostly tools, working in the yard, working in the house, and so forth. So they a lot of times they'll offer me free Prime, and because I get the free delivery and all that, and sometimes special deals, I go ahead and do it, but then I'll go ahead and cancel. So here's some of the things that I've been watching. You can see continue watching. Judy Justice. Okay, this is kind of new here. Just Judy, of course, came out on CBS. So now she has another show here that started, don't know exactly when, but it's, I just started watching it over the last few weeks. Little House, Columbo, some of these old shows, Rockford Files, In the Heat of the Night, Rifleman, and so forth. One other thing that I like, not only this, you can do it in other channels, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep this app for a while. Like I said, you get a lot of stuff to watch free. You don't have to have a subscription. For example, the stuff I've been watching, let me go back to this. We'll just continue watching. Most of these are free, but they have ads. Anywhere from 1 to 4. Total time probably is about 2 to 3 minutes. So there's free content you can watch, but it does have ads. And one of the other things like I've done here, if I go to my stuff over here, my stuff, click on that. And these are stuff that I've actually bought, so I own these. I think I bought maybe a couple of seasons of Superman. Reminds me of my childhood. Matlock, I think I bought a couple of seasons. Columbo is on ads, that's free. And here's some movies that I've bought. The Magnificent Seven. I do have a few Tarzan movies that I've bought. Purchases and rentals. I do have, I think I bought two episodes of Shark Tank. And like I said, again, some of the movies that I have here. The original Magnificent Seven here, the classic here. Joseph Wells, I believe I own that movie. You have the classic Western here. The Fastest Gun Alive, and so on. HBO Max, of course, also has a lot of movies, and those come with the subscription to Spectrum. So all of those movies there are free, already paid for via the subscription to Spectrum. So continue watching. Again, those are some that either I or my wife has been watching. Like I said, I have quite a few that channel here in this grid that I haven't really looked at that often, so I'm not going to talk about it now. the Plex. I've done some videos on this. So let me just click on this. So this, at one time a few years ago, this didn't have movies, but now it does. Now, the one thing I like about the Plex is that I can upload my own DVD movies. You can see here, I've got some Columbo DVDs that I owned that I uploaded to the Plex. Got some Spurs stuff on there. And I've got a bunch of videos of my granddaughters, a dog, so anyway, a bunch of family pictures, photos, videos, sports activities with them. So when we have get-togethers, we go ahead and watch some of these family videos, photos. So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.